That's Stranding 2 on the RTX 2080. You can see all the specs right here. It's a 2080 Zotac single blower version of the card, so you might see high temps in the game. It's an old single blower GPU and it's been used to oblivion, okay? So if you see high temperatures in the game, that's why. And it's paired up with the 9000 XVD and 64 GB of DDR5 memory running at 6000 MHz. And the latest NVIDIA driver 595.79, and that's about it. So I will be also testing the FrameGen mod. So if you guys don't know how to install that, the video is going to be up here. It's pretty simple. So yeah, let's jump into the game and see how it performs on each of these resolutions. Oh yeah, one more thing before I jump into the game. I'm just going to use DLSS 4. So I'm forcing preset K here. Now it's a 2080. It's better to play it on preset K instead of preset M, which is DLSS 4.5, which is fairly intensive on these 8GB cards, especially older ones. So keep it on DLSS 4, should be fine to go. So now let's jump into the game. We're in the game on 4K settings first, and I'm just gonna, for fun, try out max out settings with the native DLAA on DLSS upscaling. I'm gonna actually turn on reflex plus boost. You know, I prefer having less latency compared to having 2 or 3 more FPS, you know, in my gameplay. So that's why. You can actually turn this off and get a little bit more performance out of it, but I prefer this turned on. No FrameGen, we can actually use it because we have the mod on. So I say, there it is. Right now, you're just going to keep it off. And everything else, you can see everything is maxed out, even with the reflections ray tracing very high. And that's it. Let's see, man. Let's see the 4K performance on this thing. Before that, let me turn on the overlay for latency meter. And let's continue. Wait, why is it back here again? I thought I made it all the way to the warehouse or the safe house or wherever it was, but they put me back here. Yeah, this is a 4K performance on the 2080. You can see 9 FPS. Barely getting 9 FPS here, which is absolutely terrible. So yeah, definitely not worth it when you max it out. What if I turn off ray tracing? Will that gonna be any change? So instead of having ray tracing very high, I don't think it's gonna make any difference. I'm just gonna keep it on very high. So that gives you additional 1 FPS or 2 FPS. There you go. From 8 to 11. That's all you can get with the ray tracing turned off. Still pretty terrible. And again, I don't know why the latency is still at 0 milliseconds. I thought it was going to be turned on when you enable reflections. I mean, NVIDIA Reflex. It's not turned on here. But yeah, you can see this is pretty terrible on these settings with oh my god. So maxed out settings, native, definitely not playable. So you guys can see here. So what I'm going to do is go to performance mode. Let's see. So now it's upscaled from 1080p. And that takes us to 22 FPS, which makes it slightly more playable. 23, 24, 30 FPS. Okay. It's even better. And now it's like kind of playable, but it's still dropping down to the 13. So yeah, it's not stable on these 4K graphics, unfortunately. And it's even dipping down to the 13, so even with performance mode on very high settings, it's not that playable, guys. Okay, which is what I expected. 34 here and there, but it's not going to stay there. We're pretty much VRAM limited. And what about ultra performance? And for some reason, this game is like insanely CPU heavy. You can see we're using 55, almost 60% of the CPU here. I don't know why, but that seems to be the case. So even with ultra performance, you're only getting 38 FPS, which is not the best. I was trying to take a shortcut there and then I just fell down. So let's just keep going. 34 FPS. Pretty terrible. They're using the absolute maximum of the CPU and the GPU here, so not a good idea, guys. And again, I don't know why it's so CPU heavy on 4K. Shouldn't be the case. Maybe it's just a CPU intensive engine. Probably why. So now what I'm going to do is try to get to a playable experience of 4K by changing the settings down to maybe high. On high settings, we can get 41 FPS, which is still better. Oh my gosh. That's way too much momentum for a run. 37 FPS. Not the best. I was expecting at least 45 something, but 37 from like 25 to 28. It's a good jump, but not impressive, you know. Okay, so that's somewhat what I expected, kind of. And what about medium settings? Maybe a medium we might be able to get to 60. 46? No way. Are we even applying the settings though? I'm not even sure. So at this point, not sure. Sometimes I feel like it's not applying the settings, but sometimes I do. So I have no idea. But let's just keep going. And I do not want to restart the game, because if I restart the game, it's going to start me off in the beginning. So that's a pain in the ass. I don't want to do that. Yeah, it's a really pretty game, even on medium settings. And I'm going to go here. So medium doesn't work like we want it. So I'm going to go for low settings. And even low settings are barely getting us to 50. Okay. So this is why I wonder if the game's actually saved the settings or not. Because it should be giving us a better FPS, right? But yeah, now I can see that the texture quality and everything is kind of low. So the settings are actually applied, but you don't get any performance uplift from that, unfortunately. So then what is the point of going down below high? If high and low settings gives you the same kind of performance, just keep it on high settings, man. As I just said, just keep it on high settings should be the best way to play it, and performance mode. If I turn on frame generation, there's a high chance the game's gonna crash. I really don't want to do that, but let's just see. Let's just see. Okay, so the game didn't crash. Let's go. But I don't think the frame generation is applied right now, because we are still getting 38 FPS. Or maybe it is applied, because you can see the DLSS thingy is working. And it's upscaled from 18, 20 FPS. So it is actually working here, but it's not worth it. Because now we're actually losing FPS compared to gaining some, you know, so I think on 4K it's a dumb idea to actually turn it on these settings. So 2x frame gen, I don't think it's a good idea. What about 4x? So it's gonna crash the game? Hopefully not. It does take it all the way to 54, but you can see the latency is at 215, and now it feels really terrible, even on a controller, because you know, 235 milliseconds latency is absolutely terrible for anything. And now he's kind of slow motion walking too. Like, so yeah, this is absolutely terrible, guys. Look at the raindrops. So everything is slow motion. Frame gen on 4K is not a good idea. So if you want to ever play it on 4K, turn it off completely and keep it as native, and that will get you to a pretty stable 36 FPS with 70 milliseconds, which is way better. So let's just keep going. 30 FPS, and I believe like the game will get better once you progress. This is a cool camera right here. Get the whole entire aerial view. It's pretty cool. 31 FPS. I just think like this is the best way to play the game on 4K without any frame gen though. If you activate frame gen, you saw all the effects. Just gonna make the game feel worse, to something that you don't want. So yeah, this is the best way to play it. So now the CPU usage has come down to just 24%. Should be the normal case. So I think it's just that in the beginning area, it's just compiling shaders or something in the background, which causes that huge CPU usage. I believe that's the case. We're supposed to come down here or go up. But either way. Oh my gosh, I'm sliding all across the world. Okay, so that's it. That's good enough for 4K. Again, go down to 1440p. Again, now we're on 1440p. I'm gonna put it back to native anti-aliasing. And okay, so native anti-aliasing just put a heavy hit on the performance right there. So I just pick it up again. So we are all good. I'm gonna keep it on high settings. So native 1440p high settings, we're gonna get almost 40 FPS. Not bad. Not bad at all. Could be better, but it is what it is, man. This is 2080. That's all you can do in 2026. I was supposed to go this way. My bad. Okay, let's just keep going in that direction. And 32 FPS over here in this heavy rain scene on native settings. And what I like to do now is actually try Pico. I mean, I haven't seen any insane differences or anything with Pico. It seems to be similar to DLSS, but you know, let's just check it out. See, even with Pico, you're only getting 33 FPS here, so it doesn't seem to be having any impact on the performance. Pico or DLSS. I'm just talking about the performance-wise. I don't know about the visuals, because I'm actually not paying a lot of attention to that, especially in this environment with a lot of rain going on, you know. So let's just keep it going. 31 FPS. I think it is this way. Yeah, it is. The music cue is the clue that you're on the right path. 32 FPS with Pico native. Alright, back here again. Before I change, cross the road or the pond, let me try on quality mode with Pico. Pico quality gives you 44 FPS, okay. I need the ladder. Okay. And there is the safe house. I believe if I make it there, the game will be saved. And I don't have to do this whole walk into the safe house thingy again. I think it's a cutscene. Yeah, it is. Alright, I'm actually going to skip all that so I don't spoil anything. Okay. Alright, I got a little carried away with the story and stuff. That was a long cutscene with a lot of dialogues and all of that. So I think I finally understand what the game is about, you know, because I never played the first game. And yeah, so we are good to go to the mission. So I even forgot what settings we were having here. Okay, so go to options. So we are on Pico quality with the high settings. Let's go back to DLSS balanced and maybe try out medium. That might take us to 51. Huh. Actually expected better, because this is the only thing we can do. And that's our destination right there. And this is the route I have set for me to go. So as long as I'm slipping, I mean, or tripping and falling down, we should be fine, right? So this is, I believe, most of the game I was going to play out, just running back and forth in these open, vast areas. So 43 FPS here, guys. Not bad. 48. Still playable. So I'd say adding a little bit of frame gen to it should make it up to 60 FPS. Let me just try it. 2x. Yeah, now we can actually get to 72 FPS. And the latency is actually 75. Still really playable. 2x frame gen. 60, 63. I don't think I need to go this way. You know, climbing that is going to be really tricky. I'm going to keep going this way. 57, not quite there to 60 though. Okay, so that's how you hold the gun. Nice. Alright, so we got the gun and everything. Locked and loaded. 62 FPS, so with 2x frame gen you can get it to a playable state right here. Balanced mode. Not bad. And medium settings though. Boosting it to 4x. I think it's going to be a bad idea because it's going to be, latency is going to be pretty bad, I believe. Let's see. Taking us to 100 FPS here. And it is upscaled from 22 FPS, but look at the shadows. I think that's the reason of the frame gen mod. You can see it's like jittery and again shaky, but nothing else looks absolutely terrible. But you can see the marker over there, that is a little bit of shaky, probably because of the frame gen. But everything else, the UI on the left side, unlike in Crimson Desert, it was pretty shaky and violent. This is stable, so that's good. That's because the DLSS enabler actually supports the game, especially in the site and not Crimson Desert, so that's why. But yeah, the shadows are the only downsides I've seen so far, and the UI element over there, that marker. Other than that, it's pretty good so far. 86 FPS. And this DLSS balanced. I'm gonna keep it at 2x, and then probably use medium settings or high settings. I think high settings is the best way to go for the 2080, guys. But without frame gen though, as with frame gen, it actually reduces the FPS. You're pretty much VRAM limited. That is the reason why we are seeing this issue. So for 1440p frame gen, you need more than 8 gigabytes. Yeah, it's gonna be way better without frame gen here, pretty sure. So it's gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna turn it off completely. Gives us pretty much the same FPS without all the issues. See, now the shadows are really stable. Thing is back to normal. And you can see that marker as well. It's pretty stable there. So enabling frame gen has those issues artifacting. And again, this is not native frame gen support. We're using a mod. So you guys also need to take that into consideration. And wow, look at this. 30 FPS here, okay? Wow. Another cutscene. So there's a lot of bandits over here. I have to take them out. It's like an abandoned city over here. It's only 3 of them. And again, I've never played the first game, so I don't know how the combat session is gonna be in this game. Do they just one-shot you, or they bullet spongy, or like a really good AI? I'm not sure. I've never played the first game, so it's gonna be my first combat encounter in Death Stranding 2. It's gonna be interesting, but the game looks really beautiful for what it is. Okay, guys. So not 60 FPS, but got a sandstorm coming. Oh my goodness! I better hurry. So just keep it going. 23 FPS, so it's getting really intensive on these areas. From 50 FPS, we're down to 25. So that's something to keep an eye on, guys. So on 1440p, I don't think it's going to be that playable, unfortunately. Even on performance mode, it's going to be a little terrible. So medium settings, I think, is the best way to do it. But with performance mode, now it's like 720p upscale. Even with that, you're getting barely 50 FPS. Not amazing, but it's better than getting 25, that's for sure. Can I take them out? Should I just try killing them? And again, I'm not sure if we're going to get a lot of ammo in this game either. Can I just go and silently take him out? If that's ever a thing in this game, silent takedowns. Oh yeah, it is. So you can actually do silent takedowns. Okay, that's good. I don't need the electric rod. Think I'm good. Let's keep it going. The other two are like over there. So I think we should be fine, right? 48 FPS over here. Not bad. But yeah, we're still not able to get that 60 FPS though. That's the downside. Maybe only on 1080p we can get to 60. Maybe if with these settings we just activate frame gen, we might be able to get to 60. And this is DLSS performance mode and medium settings. And yeah, it is actually tanking the performance instead of actually giving us more FPS. So not a good idea, guys. We might be able to get better if we just restart the game to make it actually better, but I don't want to restart it right now. Frame gen in general has been not that great on the 2080 in this game so far. So might be better on 1080p, but let's just keep it going. I'm gonna turn it off. And I'm gonna use what about low settings? Low settings and DLSS quality, how's that gonna be? 54, 60. Even on low settings, we are barely getting 60 FPS. 1080p upscaling. You know what? That's pretty terrible. I'm not even gonna lie. This guy's staying there. And look at the textures now. Everything looks pretty blurry. Doesn't look that great at all. This boy has an assault rifle. Okay. But I got him. Took him out. Let's keep it going. Other guy is over there. I don't think I need to kill him. His destination is at 900 meters away. Okay. Yeah, guys, even on low settings, it's hard to get to 60 FPS consistent by using frame gen or anything. So, and this is DLSS quality now. You know, what about Pico? Is Pico gonna get us better FPS? I don't think so, but let's just try. Pico's pretty much the same, guys. Like I told you, 46 FPS. I think Pico is good for GPUs without DLSS option. You know, but with an RTX card, I think you are better off with a DLSS setting. If I jump down from here, do I? 49 FPS. I'm going into the sandstorm. Yeah, this is gonna be hard. Can't even see anything though. That's the thing. I think it's a good idea to go this way. Then to go back up on the bridge and then come down. So even in these harsh environments, it's staying at 49, 50 FPS, but now this is low settings. Gotta keep that in mind as well, you know. So I'm gonna jump over the bridge and then try to proceed from here. So that's kind of disappointing on 1440p. That's all you can get. The DLSS, quality mode, upscale from 1080p, low settings. So that's 1440p, guys. I don't think we can get 60 FPS properly in this. So now it's time for 1080p. Right, 1080p now. I'm gonna put it back to DLSS and go native anti-aliasing. And I'm actually gonna just see how much FPS we can get with very high settings. I'm not gonna turn on ray tracing, just gonna keep it on very high. It's gonna be terrible, but let's just see. Yeah. A very high settings, all you can get is 20 FPS with a 2080. Damn. It's pretty sad, isn't it? Can I even make it across this? I think I can. Yeah, see, that was a good idea, see? It's gonna be a dead end if I went there that way. So with all the snowstorm or sandstorm, whatever is going on, the FPS can vary like that. Damn. Okay, so no more comms. Strong winds. This is reminding me of Mad Max, you know. That's the first game I've ever seen snowstorm mechanics implemented really well. Yeah. So this is pretty cool. Bring me back some memories from 2015. Already getting 25 FPS, guys. Nothing impressive. Damn, I almost got electrocuted. Okay, so that's native DLAA. Might be playable on quality. I don't know. Let me see. 28, 30 FPS. Not impressive. Let me see if removing latency reduction is actually worth it. That takes you to 32 FPS. See, so 35, 34. Only a few FPS difference here and there, but not impressive, guys. See, this is why I say it's not worth it to actually have it on. It does gives us like 5 or 6 FPS boost, but that's about it. 34 FPS. This is good. I think I'm in shelter. Damn. Now we're getting 43 FPS over here. To be honest, the latency is not that bad because we're playing it on a controller. But if it was on a keyboard or mouse, I would have noticed the latency immediately, you know. And using the scanner just to reduce our FPS a little bit. 570 meters to go. This is pretty scary. I'm just all covered in dust. That's crazy. God damn. Keep it going. 32 FPS, guys. So, gonna go back to system options. And this is DLSS quality maxed out settings. So, might be able to make it on high settings or medium. Yes. Medium settings, it barely gets us to 60. Wow, even on medium settings, we're not able to get to 60. That's insane. And this is without the latency reflex thing turned on. Barely getting 60 on medium settings. So let's keep it going. P4. Oh, it's over there. Okay, I'm going somewhere else. 370 meters. Let's go. 53. So even with this, you're barely getting 60 FPS, guys. Which is not what I was expecting. So not even medium is possible. And again, this is on DLSS quality. It's actually upscaled from 1080p. It's insane. What about low settings? Oh yeah, low will get you to 64 FPS. Finally. Even that is just, it's not getting that close to 60 though. I mean, it is getting close to 60, but not consistent 60. So I think that's the end of... Can I swim in this game? Or do I need to have a ladder? This doesn't look that... Yeah. I don't think I need a ladder for that. The boy is all wet and also dusty at the same time. Okay, I think we made it to the first checkpoint. Okay, over here we're getting more than 63 FPS on low settings though. With DLSS quality. You just gotta keep that in mind. That looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, on low settings, you can play the game properly. That's insane. 2080 is a low tier card now for the latest games. If I turn on some frame gen though. I don't know, if I go to high settings, quality mode, and then use frame gen 2x, that'd be terrible. It's pretty terrible, guys. I'm getting 53 FPS upscale from 28. Not ideal. It's not good to play the game like this on 53 FPS. Nah. So I'd say the best way to play the game is like on DLSS quality and then using medium settings, I guess. Or if you want 60 plus FPS all the time, you gotta go to DLSS quality and play it on low settings to get that stable 60 plus FPS. But even then it was gonna go down below 60 in the winter storm, I mean in the sandstorm. So hey, where am I supposed to go? There? Yeah, so that one right there. Okay. So you guys can see 65 FPS on these settings. I'd say even with the frame gen mod, it's better to just keep it off, man. It's not worth it. Turn it off and DLSS quality, and then use medium settings. I guess that's the best way to play the game on the 2080 on 1080p. Can get to pretty stable 60 to 70 FPS. This is still looking good. On low settings, all the textures look terrible. So yeah, medium and DLSS quality on 1080p is gonna be my recommended settings to play Death Stranding 2 on the 2080, unfortunately. So yeah, before I make it there, I think that's it. You guys get a clear idea how the game works. So that's gonna be it, guys. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section. CraneGen mod is not that great so far, what I'm seeing in the game. So yeah, that's unfortunate. I thought the game was gonna be running way better, even with the Pico upscaler. I don't think it's gonna make any difference. Well, that's it. That's Death Stranding 2 on the RTX 2080. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section, and subscribe for more benchmarks on this game and also Crimson Desert on different GPUs. And stay tuned. I hope you guys are having a great time wherever you are. Catch you guys in the next one. So take it easy and peace out.